Good morning, excuse me. Welcome to our live crafting session this morning. It is Monday, the 24th of April. Can't believe that already. But welcome. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And I'm based in the market town of Brackley in Northamptonshire in the UK. Thank you for joining me this morning. This week is our final week of our annual catalogue and our January to April catalogue. And so there are lots of retiring products, stamp sets, dies, cardstock colours, papers, and I'm just going to focus on the stamp sets the beginning of the week and then some of the papers, and then we have a brand new catalogue that starts next week excuse me, the 2nd of May, and obviously there'll be lots of exciting things to share with you then. Morning Catherine, and good evening Kerry, and welcome to you. Let me just get my phone in the right place so I can see who's with us. Apologies, normally I have that all set up ready. I did remember to mute it, but there we go. I didn't put it in the right place. So good morning everyone. Hi Carol and Fran. So just going to be featuring some retiring products this week, and in particular the ones that are discounted. As of this morning these were still available, but of course anything happens during the retiring period. So we're going to be using an element of this one called Cheerful basket, and I've used this quite extensively at Coffee and Card for lots of different things. The discounted price is £16.20, and it features this really useful basket or barrel, and there's lots of things that you can put in it. So obviously we've got the elements that come with the stamp set. So we've got crafting supplies, we've got apples, and we've got hearts. We've got a little cat that can be sat either inside or on top of. But I've also used this for lots of other things, like the love cats. I don't know if you remember, we had the cats on the top of the basket or in the basket, and almost anything really could be coming out of this basket. So I'm going to be using this with some other elements. So that's Cheerful basket, and I really do want to bring your attention to Celebrate Sunflowers, which is this one here, and this has been around, I'm guessing, probably 3 years. It's a really stunning stamp set, and it has coordinating dies. So you have this large sunflower and the small one. You've got some very useful leaves as well, and some nice sentiments. And there are also these lovely dies that not only cut out the sunflower itself, but cut out a separate detailed sunflower, and plus some extra dies. So obviously it cuts out the leaves and the other sunflower, it cuts out a centre with some embossing, and then you've got a separate leaf veins and this stunning element here. So you could actually use the dies without the stamp set. Obviously these become slightly more redundant. This one you could still cut out leaves, but I'm going to be using the little sunflower on one of our cards today. So Celebrate Sunflowers is now only £13.80. Obviously all these prices are UK and pounds, and available whilst stocks last, and the dies for this set are £24.80. I've just written them there on that little slip of card. So we're going to be using this little one here. Let's move that out of the light. And then other things you could pop in the basket, we've got the party Puffins. I thought he would be rather good stood on top of the basket. If you upturned the basket, you can have him dancing on the top. Party Puffins is great for children's cards in particular. You've got a nice happy birthday, but you've got these useful candles, and you've got the 3 different puffins and a birthday cake. And this one on sale is £17 and 10p. And then just a shout out to a couple of others. This one here, 14.70. So we used the teacups last week and at Coffee and Card last Friday, and we'll be using that today and tomorrow. But the coffee version is called Nothing's Better Than, and it has some great dies as well that cut out these words: coffee, cookies, cocktails and chocolate. And obviously it also cuts out the elements that you see here, the cookies and the glass, the chocolates. And this has got some great sentiments as well. So today's plan: consume coffee, which is exactly what I'm doing. And then you've got the infills that you can use, or you could colour these in. So I would also recommend that one. This is photopolymer, as you can see, and I've got some of the samples here. I've obviously been doing some masking with those, and then you've got the words that get cut out as well. So that's a little heads up on some of my favourite sets that are retiring. Let's get on and do some crafting. So I'm going to use that basket, and I'm going to stamp a few and then just fill them in with different things so you can see. Let's pop this down here. And I realise my hands are covered in ink already, and that's because I've been labelling up all my new ink pads, and inevitably I've got covered in ink in doing so. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp a few baskets and then pop different things in them, and I think I'm going to put them all on across the bottom here. I could use my Stamparatus for this really, but it won't take long just to stamp a few. Morning, Isabel. So we've got one there. As I say, this was really useful one for Coffee and Card, and you can put anything on the basket, in the basket. As I say, you can turn the basket or the barrel over as well, like so. And let's have an upturned one. Like so. There we go. Okay, so what are we going to put on there? Let's have, I think, we're definitely going to use the sunflowers. So say Celebrate Sunflowers, £13 and 80p, with this lovely sunflower design. And I've cut out a mask ready. And one of our new in colours is called Wild Wheat. And I thought that would be nice for the centre, but it also might work nicely for the basket. So let's just put a couple of sunflowers in. I'm going to put one in the middle here, like so, and then mask this off. And let's put one to the side. So there we go, and one on the other side. Yes, that's, oh yes, for the flower itself it might do. Okay, so there we've got our sunflower. Let's have a look. So this is dark wild wheat. I think it might be a good centre. There we go. Is that one? I'm just going to do this colouring fairly quickly. And here. So this is one of our new in colours. And so this comes obviously in the cardstock, the blends pens, the Stampin' Write markers. Okay, and then this is the lights. I'm just going to blend this in really quickly. And who doesn't love sunflowers? There we go. That. Yes, that's a nice colour. Let's just put some greenery on the leaves. Which is up here. So I've just got dark old olive. Like so. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. It was somewhat variable weather. Going from hot and cold, sunny, a little bit of rain, bit of everything really. Okay. There we are. So just really quickly going to do that. And that leaves there. And I'm using shimmery white cardstock. This is the cardstock that's slightly off-white, but it has a sparkle to it. And that's also retiring. So if you want any of that, now is definitely the time to order that. Morning, Katie. Wild wheat. Oh, and copper clay. I don't think I've got copper clay blends pen. Otherwise I would. Right, let's grab a bit of Mango Melody. Now Mango Melody is one of the colours that's retiring as well. It probably needs to be more Daffodil Delight, but let's go nice and bright, I think. So just adding that bit of detail in the centre, as I say, not treating this as a colouring lesson at all. Just going to put those in the middle. And this one here. Now the Mango Melody blends pens actually retired a while ago. Oh, thanks, Catherine. So you can't order that, I'm afraid. I've made this last as long as I can. This is yeah, so this must have retired a year, at least a year ago, I'm thinking. So I'm hoping this will eke out. Yeah, just about. So with the basket, you can put, and as I say, anything in the basket, on the basket. It's just a really useful set. I do particularly like the crafting supplies. Obviously that's very appropriate for me, but you have the cat, you've got the hearts, and you can put any flowers in here, obviously. Okay. fill that in. I'll lift it up to the screen in a second so you can see a bit more of the detail. So I'm not doing a huge amount of real blending. There we go. There we are. And then, shall we try this wild wheat for the basket? Just because it's new and we can use it, why not? So this is light. Maybe do the handle a different colour. There we go. Ah, excellent. So Bridie is saying she instructed Jeff, her garden apprentice, in planting some bits from the garden centre, which is why she's here. She loves the sunflower set. Yeah, sad to see it go, and Mango Melody. Absolutely. I would agree. Let's just fill that bit in there. And what I'm going to do, let's just use the dark. I'm not going to go mad. Just adding a little bit of that detail. Like that. With the dark, and then just straight over with the light, just to colour it in. And when you get a new blend pen, it's lovely how it just literally covers the paper so quickly, as you can see. Okay, just going to add a bit of mango in these bits here. Like that. I think I missed a petal there. And let's have a green handle. The basket carry is wild wheat. There we go. Okay, so let's put a sentiment on. Says I've got thanks a bunch, if that will fit. Whoops. Although it's more than a bunch of flowers, but there we go. It will serve our purpose. And I'll just do a little bit of grounding on that as well. There we go. And then I've got somewhere under here, this is a piece of crushed curry actually, so that's going to go onto there, and you could easily stamp some of the sunflower in the background. Not that I've got much background to see, but just such a pretty stamp. And obviously you've got the large sunflower as well. I'm just doing this around the edge, like so. And you could add in some additional leaves if you wanted to. So that's going to go onto there. So it just gives it a little bit of interest behind. Or maybe it's better without. No, I've done that, I'm not so sure. I don't know, I like it with. And that will go onto a white card. Let's do that really quickly. So there's my background layer. So I'm going to pop that one on there. Let's just do a little bit of grounding here. I just want something like what have I got? This is light grey granite. A bit darker to one side. So, and then I'll pop that on my card. Okay. Hi Glinda, hope you're well. So there's our first card. So that is using the Cheerful basket and Celebrate Sunflowers. So here in the UK, Celebrate Sunflowers is now £13.80 and Cheerful basket is now £16.20. So that's that one. I've got an upside down one here, and I think I'm going to have my dancing puffin. Why not? Or a puffin with a party hat. Let's see if he will fit. Like so. He will. So I'm going to stamp him in black. I know I don't normally use black. Thanks, Bridie. I haven't used this one for a while. So this is Memento black. And I'm hardly getting only coverage, so let me grab another one. I really don't use my blacks, as you know. See if this one will do the job. Yeah, a little bit better. Might take a bit of coverage though. Not sure. Let's have a look, see. Okay, what I will need to do is pop it on the stamparatus. Just so that I can do a number of inkings of it. and I know that it's going to be slightly off the top. There we go. Okay, so let's just ink him up a few times to get the coverage. I will definitely miss being able to sell the Stamparatus. For those of you who don't know, that's been retired. It's no longer available for sale. And they'll be in high demand, I know. There we go. I'll do one more. Let's get him nice and black. It's not quite on my basket, but good enough. There we go. Let's move that off. I'll do a different colour for the basket, but I'll do that really, really quickly. Let's find the lid. Colour in his feet. What are they, flippers? Not quite sure. Go, and then I know there's sort of light and dark, isn't there, on the beak. So I'm going to do that one dark. This one light, like so, and this basket I'm just going to use some of the light tones. So this is 700 and 800, which have been renamed rather than numbered. Let's have a look. Okay. And I'm just doing this quickly because you don't need to see me colour in 3 baskets. So that's, not sure if that's the lighter or the darker, we'll soon find out. So this is the darker, it's got slightly pinker tone. So these are perfect for skin tones, animals. And we've renamed them like medium, light and dark. I never did quite understand why we only had numbers for these. Like so. Let's have a yellow handle for this one. There we go, so we've got our dancing puffin. Let's see. We could give him some, we could put some candles around the top, although that might be a bit odd, but let's use this nice happy birthday across the top. And I'm just going to use espresso because I know the black isn't going to be dark enough without re-inking it. Not sure the espresso is either. Obviously picked up my lighter of my 2 espressos. what can I find to put around? We've got some tiny little stars, flowers. This is the smallest star going. Really needs a tiny, tiny block. Let's grab Mango Melody. So these little stars are from Nothing's Better Than. There we go. Shall I put the stars all the way down? This is the question. So here's our dancing puffin. Yeah, there was a reason that the Stamparatus has been discontinued, sadly. Oh, just little tops, says Gary. Oh dear. Well, they're going to go all the way down now. Never mind. It would have been better at the top. Never mind. We're there. There we go. Okay. So there's our puffin dancing on the basket, and there is a little bit of a gap there, but I'm just going to leave it as if he's jumping up, I've decided. No, it's not that you type so slow, Carrie, it's just that there's a gap, isn't there? So I happen to have a Mango Melody card, so I'm going to do that with a layer of black, I think. I don't use black very often, but I think it will just pick out the puffin in there. I'll just trim that to size. So this is going to be 10 centimetres by 14.35. Go. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're getting there. Yeah. So I'm just going to lay that black down. So this has got 2.5mm border on all edges, and then this one's going to go on top. And this has got a 5mm border all the way around. There we go. So we've got our basket with sunflowers, and we've got our puffin. And then the last one I'm going to do is using this really cheerful set called Simply Fabulous, and I'm just going to stamp a few of the leaves and some of these really bright cheerful flowers. And this one is £15.30, and the other one, if you haven't got it already, that I recommend you treat yourself to, is Forever Fern. It's got these really useful dots, some nice sentiments, to a friend that makes me smile, but the detail of these leaves is absolutely stunning, so I definitely recommend that on your lists. Oops. Oh, there's Forever Fern. There we go. Right, let's just fold this over, and I'm going to colour the basket in afterwards because you don't need to see me do that yet again. And I'm just going to stamp some of these flowers, and let's see if I can introduce some new colours. So let's introduce Bubble Bath. Is a soft pink. It belongs in our settles. I've had to write the collection name on because I won't remember all of them. And then we've got Returning Lemon Lime Twist, and we've got this lovely Boho Blue, which is a new in colour. So I'm thinking I'll do the leaves in Lemon Lime Twist, and I've also got Blueberry Bushel, nice bright blue. So let's do the leaves in Lemon Lime Twist. And let's have a look which leaves, doesn't really matter. And what I'm going to do is just use a post-it note across the top of this basket here, so that I can vary the height of the leaves. Let's have this one. And then let's just change up and we've got this one here that's got little flower heads on. Thanks, Catherine. See you later. Let's just change a green. Don't want too much of that. Just grab Granny Apple Green. Is there enough in there? Nope. Could do with a garden green, really. Let me put my glasses on. Just a bit more of a contrast. There we go, and then I'll just literally put some flowers in the top. That looks better. One in there, and right, don't lose that tiny little star, Jenny. Yes, lemon lime twist and berry burst is a really good combination, you're quite right. There we go. That's it. Might just put, and I've got some individual leaves as well, but let's put top of those in like so, and then let's add some flowers. So let's introduce then bubble bath. Let's see, which one should we have for that? Nice soft baby pink, which we've been needing really for a while, I personally think. Let's pop up here. Here. So there's the bubble bath. And then this one here has got 3 flowers that go with it. So let's do that maybe in boho blue, the soft blue, which is one of the new in colours. So this will be around for 2 years, and this reminds me of a Wedgwood blue. So, and let's put, we've got the small, I do really like this flower, but it might be a little bit big for our design. I've got this little one here. Maybe I'll use berry burst for that one. So this is this is back in the brights. So along with lemon lime twist, this wasn't in colour a little while ago. A nice, I would call it a fuchsia pink. Tuck these in like so. Put something in there, don't I? So maybe I'm going to use my favourite one in here. And let's use blueberry bushel. This is another returning colour. There we go. And that's a regal. And I'm going to use this little one, which fits inside. Goes in there. Just going to stamp it off. think so. Okay, so I've got a basket full of flowers, and I just need a sentiment which has got just saying hello, you're simply fabulous, there's beauty in everything, for you, let's celebrate. Let's see if just saying hello is going to fit. Thank you, Kerry. Yes, it will. Berry Burst, I think it's called for the sentiment. And then I'll colour in the basket. Yes. You've got to love brand new ink pads, haven't you? So nice. There we go. Just saying hello. And I just need to work out what colour I'm going to do my basket. I have got, what have I got? I've got Bubble Bath and Boho Blue blends pens, but I think it needs to be something fairly neutral, doesn't it? So, what can I see? Crumb cake is what I'm going for. Just turn it over so it's not quite as messy. And then we're done. So you don't have to watch all of this if you're done watching. That's absolutely fine. I would just pop this onto possibly a Berry Burst piece of card, I think, or garden green. So just adding that bit of dark crumb cake there. So I'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday, with some more retiring items. So if you want to see those in use, then join us tomorrow, 7 PM UK time. In the meantime, I'm making lots of bookmarks and everything ready for sending out the catalogues. And also my class in a box for April is going to be delayed because I haven't received my order yet from Stampin' Up. So due to unprecedented levels of orders, plus our Easter bank holiday here, the warehouse is behind in getting out orders. So our class will go ahead tomorrow. So those that are booked for my in-person class, you're good to go, but I'm going to have to move the online class from this Sunday to next, which of course is day after coronation, but I think it'll probably be okay. So if you've signed up for my class in the box for April, you'll be receiving a confirmation email this morning, and I'll just get the boxes out as soon as I can. So I apologise for the delay. There we go. Okay, so just blending over where I've got the darker pen. Just so it blends in together. There we go. And add a handle. This is light, isn't it? Yeah. So make that dark. There we go. Just saying hello. Nice and bright and cheerful. And then we've got our puffin and our sunflower. So all using the basket. I think I'm going to change this colouring. I'm going to make this darker because this is a bit too orangey for my liking. So I might just add in, take this to a dark crumb cake, see if this will darken up a little bit. So I will finish this off and finish off the other card too, and pop this onto a berry burst piece of card. And if you're a customer of mine, then you can look forward to receiving your catalogue in the next week. They will be going out along with bookmarks and details of a new customer event that I'll be running at the end of May. So if you're local to me, you're most welcome to join me for that. So thank you so much. I'm just going to finish these off, put them together because I've taken up enough of your time already, and I look forward to crafting with you again tomorrow. So I've got my class in the afternoon, and then we'll be here in the evening at 7 p.m. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll finish those off after. Do let me know which you like. Obviously I always like the sunflowers, but just to show you some different things with the basket, Cheerful basket it's called, and that's retiring along with the puffins and the sunflowers and the Simply Fabulous stamp set. Thank you so much for joining me. Do take care, and I hope you have a good day ahead. Look after yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll catch up with you soon for some more crafting. Thank you so much. Bye for now.